Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Om Gungurubhyo Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Gananam Tva Ganapati Gum Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anasranmannodibisi Dasadanam. Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidanandamurtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. Om Yasyatma Bhutasya Guraprasadat Aham Vimuktasmi Samsara Bandhat Sarvopadeshtu Shivanandamurtehe Mrdvangri Yukmam Pranadosmi Nityam Dayasindhum Dena Bandhum Shastrartha Bodhana Patum Maskerindra Varam Naumi Sri Chidananda Sadgurum. Om Praninam Dukkha Hartaram Jnanado Bhuvana Muktaye Shivananda Chidananda Ashraye Guru Sattamo. Om Shantatmanam Pranadasulabham Siddha Vidya Prabhavam Bhaswadrupam Sugunanilayam Dvastakarma Divargam Prajnavritam Naja Samadrisham Taradam Tyagibhadyam Sakshat Isham Mama Guruvaram Shivanandam Natosmi. Shivanandam Natosmi. Om Tvatpadambujam Archayami Paramam Tvam Chintayamyanvaham Tvam Isham Charanam Vrajami Vachasam Tvameva Yache Vibho Viksham Me Dishachakshushim Sakarunam Divyaischiram Prarthitam Shambho Lokaguro Madhya Manasaha Saukyopadesham Kuru. Shambho Lokaguro Madhya Manasaha Saukyopadesham Kuru. Om. We will have a quick look of what has been covered in the last lecture, so that there will be continuity. This is a work which is called Atmarpana Stuti by Appaya Dikshita, one of the ancestors of Gurudev, and he wanted to test on himself. I am thinking about God, I have studied Shastras, I speak about God, I am a spiritual person. Whether I am really a spiritual person, how to know whether you are really a person, spiritual person, whether it comes from your heart or whether it comes from your intellect. So he thought, if I go mad, what I will speak, whether my mind will dwell on God or mind will dwell on other things. So he induced, he became mad. He took some medicine and became mad. And then he told his shishyas before that, I am going to take this medicine, I will become mad. Then whatever I say, you write down. And then after some time you give this medicine, I will become all right. And then show me. So that I will be able to know what my mind really is. So that work is called Unmatta Panchashat. 50 slokas by a mad person. Otherwise it is called Atmarpana Stuti. So it is a total surrender to God, a stotra, a glorification to God in totality. So the first sloka In that first sloka we saw 50 slokas. So I thought of speaking on these 50 slokas during this period of our Platinum Jubilee celebration, because the 75th anniversary of Vishwanath Bhagavan's Pratishtha falls on 31st December. And every Wednesday I thought of speaking on that. I will not be able to complete 50. So then I thought, those slokas which are very interesting, all the slokas are good. Selectively, one or two I will skip. And so I will cover like that, I was thinking. So accordingly I will go. The first sloka, so when he became mad, a natural instinct in him worked. And he wanted to glorify God. He wanted to make a stotra on God. He wanted to sing a hymn on God. Then when he thought about that, this thought came in his mind, where am I? Where is Bhagavan? How can I glorify him? How can I speak about him? So that thought comes in his mind. Normally when all people, when they try to speak about God, then they always think, they think about their ineligibility to speak about it. Kwaham andamadi ko Vedanta sarani. So when Sadashiva Brahmendra, who is a total Avaduta, when he writes commentary on the Brahma Sutras, he writes, Kwaham andamadi. Where is this fool? Where is Vedanta? How to describe the nature of God? Where he is all-pervading God. He is the cause of everything. He is the primary cause. I am a small, infinitesimal part of him. How can I glorify him? How can a small light illumine that Surya? So like that thought comes. So then, therefore, the first stotra he says, this we have covered. Kaste buddhum prabhavati param devadeva prabhavam yasmadittam vivitarachanam srishtiresha bhabuva bhaktigrahyattvamasi tatabit tvamahum bhakti matrad stotum vanchamyadi mahaditam sahasam me sahasva. Say, Bhagavan, I am trying to glorify you. You are the all-pervading. You are infinite. I am a finite being. How can the finite behold the infinite? He thinks like that. Kastam stotum prabhavati. Who can describe you? How can I describe you? So that thought comes. Then he thinks that, but Bhagavan can be grasped. The devotees can hold Bhagavan. Bhagavan is Bhakta Vatsala. So he helps his devotees to be, even the Bhagavats we say, Bhagavan who releases everybody, who releases from this samsara, from these mundane things. He got himself bound by Yashoda. So he was bound. So they say that with bhakti she has bound him. So he thinks like that. So this is actually a tradition. Whosoever try to speak about Bhagavan, they normally think about their condition. Where am I? And they think about the glory of God, that which passeth all understanding, that which cannot be described, that which cannot be comprehended. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasaha. Like that which is beyond all descriptions we want to describe. So, then why all these things are written? If Bhagavan is indescribable, if Bhagavan cannot be comprehended, then why should I meditate? If Bhagavan is passeth all understanding, why should I try to understand him? If he is not within the grip of the words, why should I try to define him? So for that they say, I try to do this for my small benefit. In the Bhagavad there is a story, there is a sloka which says that conversation between Maitreya and Vidura. So the Vidura goes to Maitreya and asks him, kindly speak about God. Kindly enlighten me on God. Then he says, oh, you are asking me something which is beyond my capacity. Who can describe about Bhagavan? He's beyond, he's immeasurable. How can I do that? So then he says, all right, you have asked me the questions, so I shall speak something about him. Then why you speak, that he gives the answer. Athapi kirtayamyanga yathamati yatashrutam kirtim hare swam sakartum giram anyabhidasatim. So athapi kirtayamyanga, he paparehita, O sinless one, you have asked me a wonderful question to speak about God. So you are giving me an opportunity to speak about God. Although he is beyond all descriptions, I will speak little about him. Athapi kirtayam yanga he anga, I will speak little about him. Yathamati yatashrutam, to the extent I have understood, sitting at the feet of the great masters, to the extent I have heard and to the extent I have understood, I will speak little about him. And why I do that? Not to enlighten you, not to describe him. Then what purpose you are speaking? Kirtim harehe swam satkirtum. This Harikathana, speaking about the Harinama, speaking about Bhagavan's Leelas, karma, etc. This is for what purpose? Means to purify my tongue. I do it not to describe him, but to purify my tongue. Why? Because normally we work every day and we sleep and then the body becomes dirty. You give a wash, you take a shower and make yourself fresh. As you make the body fresh, the tongue also gets polluted by speaking unwanted things. So many asati, giram anya abhida asati. Anya abhida, unwanted things we have been speaking about it. By that the tongue has got polluted. So to purify that tongue, I will speak something about him. That is how the Shastra Lakshana is. When you try to explain something, we should have that humility actually. Dina Bhava should be there. I am not that very intelligent, or I am not that scholar to know about it, to speak about it. But because I will do it as my offering unto him, like that bhava is required. So that is actually this. So it is a tradition that all the acharyas, when they try to write a scripture, they will first of all say, I am nobody, but because of my love I write something, like a child says something blah blah blah, like that only I say, kindly accept it. Like that they say. So that is how Apayadikshar also, he says, Kastam stotum prabhavati. Who can describe you, hey Bhagavan? But still you are bhakti grahya. So with bhakti bhava I will have a grip on you. That is how he says. And then we will go to the next sloka. Next sloka I will skip one or two, and then I go to the third sloka. So the next sloka is Indram Mitram Varunamanilam Padmajam Vishnumisham Prahustete Paramasipate Mayaya Mohitastvam Yetais Sattam Sakalamapi Yak Shakti Leshe Samaptam Sattvam Deva Shrutishividitaha Shambhurityadi Devaha. So Bhagavan's one name is Shambhu. So that Bhagavan Shambhu, Bhagavan Vishwanatha, he is Sarveshwaraha. He is the supreme reality. Whenever our Puranas speak about some deity in Vishnu Puranas, Narayana is Sakshat Parabrahma Swarupa. When we speak of Shiva, he is the Parabrahma Swarupa. When we speak of Mother, she is Parabrahma Swarupa. So when we speak of Kartikeya, he is Parabrahma Swarupa. When we speak of Gananatha, Vinayaka, he is Parabrahma Swarupa. Not these deities are independent. They are only one Devata which is being called by different names. So here he says, hey Bhagavan, you are known by the name Shambhu. So you are the primary cause. You are the Advitiya Brahman. You are only being called by different names. So he says, Indram Mitram Varnamanilam Padmajam Vishtumisham Prahuste Te Paramashiva Mayaya Mohitastvam. Those who are deluded by your Maya, they call you by different names. Indram, Indra. The Vedas, Indra Shabda is used. Imam Tvamindramitva. Like that, Indra, so many mantras are there in Indra. Then there are mantras in the name of Mitra. Mitrasya Charshunirdaha, Srabo Devasya Sanijam, like that. Then Varuna. Imam me Varuna Stuti Habum, Adhyajam Radayatvam Abasturajake, like that Varuna. Anila means Vayu. Then Agni is left out, but Agni is also included. It's not, although it is not told, it is as good as it is told, etc. like that. Agnenaya Supataraye, Agnayahi Vitaye. Like that, so many mantras are there in the name of Agni. And Padmajam means Brahma, Vishnu. So, different people, Te Paramashiva, Prahuhu, Te, like that, like that. Double Te. Prahu Te Paramashiva, Te Mayaya Mohitastvam. So, different people call you by different names. You see now, in the Shanti mantras, what is the Shanti mantra? First Shanti mantra. Shanno mitrasham varunaha, Shanno bhavatvar yama, Shanna indro brihaspatihi, Shanno vishnurukramaha, Namo brahmane, Namaste vayo, Tvameva pratyaksham brahmasi, Tvameva pratyaksham brahma vadishyami, Vratam vadishyami, Satyam vadishyami, Tanmam avatu, Tad bhaktaram avatu, avatu mam, avatu bhaktaram. So, Shanno mitrasham varunaha, they are actually the Vedic pronunciation, it is Shamno mitrasham varunaha. But the Vedic pronunciation is Shanno mitra, it is Shanno. Because Nakara comes, the Makara will become Nakara. Shanno mitrasham varunaha, Shanno bhavatvar yama. So it is Shannaha, like that. It is not Shamnaha. So Vedic pronunciation is like that. Even according to Sanskrit grammar also, it must be, although it is written as Shamno, it is Sham plus Naha. Shamno becomes Shanno Mitrash, Shamvarunaha, Shanno Bhavatvar Yama, like that. So Mitra, Varuna, all these devatas are told. All these devatas, whether such and such devatas are there, you are there, I am there, somebody is there. Like that, whether so many devatas are there. There is only one devata. And that devata includes you and me. Don't think that you are separate. I am separate, I am Bhakta, he is my Bhagavan. Such a thing is not there. Bhakta and Bhagavan are one only. As long as you keep yourself different from Bhagavan, you cannot realize him also. Ishvaro Guru Atmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine. Ishvara, Guru, Atma. All the three are one only. So here all these names are being told. These names are ultimately, they are all you only. Although people call you by different names, Indra, Mitra, Varuna, all the Vedic devatas are that supreme reality only. That ultimate Bhagavan, Shiva only. For the Narayana Bhaktas, he is Narayana only. Here it is Shiva Stotra, so we call it as Shiva, Sada Shiva. So there is one prayoga is there in the Shastra. They call Panchakritya Parayanaha. Srishti, that Bhagavan has got 5 leelas. Srishti, Sthiti, Samhara, Anugraha Tirodhanam. So Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, Ishvara, Maheshwara, Sadashiva. That Sadashiva is the ultimate supreme reality. Other things are, when he does this job, he is called that way. So I am Swami Padmanabhananda, I am not General Secretary. I am General Secretary for some time only, not all time General Secretary. Whenever I sign the papers, at that time only I am General Secretary, official papers. Otherwise I am Swami Padmanabha. So likewise, Bhagavan only is called by different names according to the functional separations. So, you are that Indra, Varuna, Anila, all these things, people call it by different names. Etais Sartam Sakalamapi, along with all these devatas mentioned in the Vedas, in the Puranas, etc., along with all these things, yet all these things are yet Shakti Leshe Samaptam. All these things are a small part of you. Then the Purusha Sukta, Sahasra Shirisha Purusha, Sahasraksha Sahasrabhat, Sabhumim Vishwato Vrutva Atyachistadashangulam. So, with one amsha, she has covered the whole universe, whole cosmos, and 10 parties above that. So the same idea is put. Yet Shakti Leshe Samaptam. The entire universe and all the devatas, including you and me, everything, are a small part of Bhagavan Shakti. And he is beyond Atyadishtad Dashangulam. So the Purusha Sukta mantra explanation, he gives it in Stotra form. Sattvam Devaha, you are that Devata, that Paramatma. And Shrutishu Vididaha, in the Veda you are well known by this name. What is that name? Shambhurityadi Devaha. Your name is Shambhu. Shambhu. So in this, our Chamaka Rudra Prashna, which comes in the Yajurveda, Namo Vrikshebhyo Harikeshebhyo Namastaraya Namas Shambhaveda Mayobhavecha Namas Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha Namas Shivaya Cha Shivataraya Cha Namastaraya Namas Shambhavecha Mayobhavecha. So he is Shambhu, Namas Shambhave and Mayobhaya. Sham Tanoti iti Shambhavaha. Bhavasi Shambhavasi Sham Tanosi. When Gurudev uses be good, the Sanskrit equivalent for that good is Sham. Sham means good. Or you can say the English equivalent for Sham is good. And also we can add other things also. So Sham means some Mangalam, all Mangala Swarupa, all goodness, all happiness, bliss. All these things are Sham. So you are called by the name Sham. So in the Gita, we are reading Gitas. Yomam Pashyati Sarvatra. Sarvam Chamai Pashyati. Yomam Pashyati Sarvatra. Sarvam Chamai Pashyati. The Gita comes. One who sees me everywhere. And one who sees me everywhere and see everything in me. So here, they see everything in Bhagavan Shambhu. Everything is in you. And you are everything also. That is the idea. And in the Vedas it says, Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuta Vadanti Agnim Yamam Matirishwana Mahuhu. So in the Rigveda there is a mantra, Ekam Sat, that one supreme reality, Vipra Bahuta Vadanti Agnim Yamam Matirishwanam Ityahuhu. So that idea is put here. Yetais Sartam Sagalamavi. Yet Shakti Leshe Samaptam. So Sattvam Devaha Shambhurityadi. Sattvam Devaha Shrutishu Vididaha Shambhurityadi Devaha. So this you will find in, because you are all familiar with Bhagavata Purana, so I want to quote from Bhagavata also. So during this, whenever there is Shiva and Narayana comes together. So, two occasions they come in the Bhagavad. One is after this Daksha Yajna, and the other is while Bhagavan is, when Mahabali is doing the churning, the Kshinasagara Mathana, 2 times they are coming together. So, during this Daksha Yajna Katha, Narayana Bhagavan says, Tasmin Brahmani Advitiye Kevale Paramatmani Brahmarudrauja Bhutani Vedena Ajnonu Pashyati. So Tasmin Brahmani Advitiye Brahmani, that Brahman with non-dual Brahman. Kevale Paramatmani, that which is alone. Krishnanji Maharaj used to say, alone goes to alone. That alone, that Kevala, in that Brahman, Supreme Brahman, from that Kevala only Kaivalya has come. Brahma Rudra Bhutani, Brahma Rudra and all other things, all other Vedas, not only Brahma Rudra, all other, you and me also included in that. Ajño Anupashyati. Only the ignorant see the differences. To know that you are different from me, no knowledge is required. Even the dog will know, the monkeys will know, the cat will know, the ordinary cow will know. So to understand the differences, the Vedic knowledge or spiritual knowledge is not required. To understand the Abheda only knowledge is required. To know that you are different from me, whether any spiritual knowledge is required, no knowledge is required. Even the child knows, even the animal knows, the dog knows, it will wag the tail. So Bhedajnana is not to be learned from Shastras. Shastra is not to make you understand this is different from this. Shastra is to make you understand the Abheda. Although we look different, there is no difference, that reconciliation of all differences. Gurudev says, let us behold thee in all these names and forms. So Shastra is not required to explain the differences. Shastra is required to negate all the differences. So here he says, Tasmin Brahmani Advitiye Kevale Paramatmani Brahmarudra Ucha Bhutani Vedo Ajñonu Pashyati. So in that Supreme Brahman, Supreme Reality, this, because of ignorance, we say this is Brahma, this is Vishnu, this is Indra, this is Varuna, this is Anila, and these are different people. All these Vedas, because of the Ajnana. Again it is said there, Trayanam Ekabhavanam Yonupashyati Bidam Sarvabhutatmanam Brahman Sa Shanti Manigacchati. So Shanti, ultimate Shanti is not possible as long as we have the vision of Veda. Veda Bhavana is there, then Shanti will not be there. When something is different from you, is existing, then that will disturb you. Either it will disturb you because of this raga or dvesha. If the other is there, either you have raga towards that or dvesha towards that. So the raga dvesha will be there as long as the other is there. So that is one of the reasons Gurudev says, let us behold thee in all these names and forms. You cannot behold Krishna individually, this is Krishna, this is Krishna. Not like that. We see only Krishna. Behold thee in all these names and forms. All the names or forms are existing and we are beholding in that one name. It's not that way. When you behold that in everything, then all these names and forms have disappeared actually. Those Veda is not there. Abheda Bhavana should be there. So that again it is said here, Trayanam Ekabhavanam Yona Pashyati Bidam Yona Pashyati Ekabhavanam. One who does not see any differences in the three, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and Sarvabhutatmanam, and all these living beings. Sa Shantim Adhigacchati, Sa Shantim Anugacchati, then he will have Shanti. If you don't see this, if you are not able to behold that the presence of that Supreme Reality everywhere, Shanti will not be there, whatever will be the spiritual practice. So that is what is mentioned in this sloka. So here he says, the people call you and worship you and speak about you in different names. Indram Mitram, Varunamanidam, Padmajam, Vishnumesham, Prahuste te Paramashivate, Mayaya Mohitastvam, Yetais Sardham Sakalamabi, Yachakti Reshe Samaptam, Sattvam Devash, Shutishu Vididaha, Shambhurityadi Devaha. So you are Bhagavan Shambhu, a Bhagavan Shambhu Vishwanatha. You are only worshipped. in different names as Indra, Mitra, Varuna. There are so many mantras on Indra in the Rig Veda. A number of mantras are there in the name of Mitra. Not only I told you the Shanti mantra start with Shamno Mitra Sham Varuna. Otherwise so many mantras are there. Indra, so many mantras are there devoted to Indra. All those Indra are not the Indra Devata of the what we have the Purana is Indra and Virochana is fighting. That Indra and this Indra are not same. That Indra is ultimately that Bhagavan only. That's what they mean actually. So Mitra is also Mitrasya Sharshani Dritaha Sabo Devasya Sanasim. Like that there are mantra. Imam me Varuna Shruti Havam. The Varna mantras are there. So many Varna mantras are there. Then Padmaja, Brahma, Vishnu, Isha. All these things are that one reality. Vishwanatha only appears of all these things. Not only Vishwanatha appears of all these things, appears as you and me also. You and me also, Bhagavan only appears as you. He is the indweller in all of us. So he only is the real person. The other is, you are the false entity. Gurudev says you are a false entity. This name is a false entity. So that's only Sattvam Devaha. So, Shrutishu Viditaha. Shruti, in the Shruti, they call it Shambhu. Shambhu Rityadi Devaha. Namah Shambhavecha Mayobavecha. Namah Shankarayacha Mayaskarayacha. Namah Shivayacha Shivatarayacha. So in the Veda it comes Shivayacha, Namah Shivaya. This is Veda mantra actually. So Shambhu Ityadi Devaha. So having told that, then we will go to the next sloka. I will introduce this sloka and then close it. So now Bhagavan is the only reality. Whatever be your Devata, that is only that ultimate reality is Bhagavan Vishwanatha only, or Bhagavan Narayana only, whichever you like, or Bhagavan Sakshat Krishna only. So that is why in the Bhagavad also, Janmadhyasya yataha, Srishtisthiti Samhara, from where it came. So according to the Advaita Siddhanta, it is Parabrahman. Now these Vrindavan Bhaktas used to say they will interpret it in such a way, give a lot of interpretations to the Janmadhyasya sloka, and then this it means Sri Krishna, like that they bring. Sri Krishna, like that. Some interpretation, some Vyakhyana they give, some that Vyutpatti they use to say it is Sri Krishna, like that. Okay, we have no objection. And we have absolutely no objection. You can call it as Sri Krishna, we accept it. You call it Parabrahman, it is acceptable to us. So it is Janmadhyasyataha, or like that only. They are Janmadhyasyataha. Eto va imani bhutani jayante, ye najatani jivanti, yat prayantyapi sambhishanti. So in the Upanishad they say, Eto va imani bhutani jayante, from where all these things have come. Ye najatani jivanti, when once it is created, how they are able to sustain itself. Who sustains it? Yasmin prayanti abhisambhishanti, into which it goes back. That supreme reality is Shambhu only. So you can accept it as Vishwanatha or Narayana, whatever it is. Then, having understood that, and he is everything, having understood that, according to your condition, according to your nature, the worship you can do, whatever is suitable to you, whichever is your nature. Normally we are quarreling now, the Shastras are being interpreted and misinterpreted many times. This is right, that is right, whether Bhakti is right, whether Jnana is right, whether Karma is right. All these discussions are intellectual acrobatism. Shastra does not allow all these things. You are just only intellectual acrobatism. You can do whatever you like. Shastra says like that. I will give quotations also later. So, according to your conditions, whichever your mind says, whichever you like, your nature, accordingly each one can worship. That is the next sloka. Tvam Vedanter Vividamahimam Giyase Vishwanetaha. Fifth sloka. Tvam Vedanter Vividamahimam Giyate Vishwanetaha. Tvam Vipradhyir Vardanikilehi Ijjase Karmabhisvaihi Tvam drishtanishravika vishayanandamatra vitrishnaihi andargranthi pravilaya krite chintyase yogi vrindaihi. So, some people are Vedantins. So they go by Tvam Vedantair Vivida Mahimam Giyase Vishwanetaha. You are the one who conducts this Vishwa. So the Vedanta proclaims that Bhagavan conducts this Vishwa. He created it, he sustains it, he leads it. So those who are Vedantins, they dwell on that. Then Tajjapaha tadartha bhavanam. So what is that? Artha means not the meaning, artha means the object. That artha bhavanam. What is that object? What is that? Who is that who created? So that contemplation on that. So, Tvam Vipradhir Varadahe Varadahe Bhagavan, one who gives us all the boons, one who satisfies all our demands, wishes. So, Tvam Vipradhyehi, from the Brahmins, those who studied the Vedas and who are familiar with the Karma Prayoga, Vipradhyehi Nigalehi Ijjase Karma Biswaihi. So, doing their duties. So, Karmana Samabhyarcha Siddhim Vindati Manavaha. Gita says, so Karmana Samabhyarcha Siddhim Vindati Manavaha. That he puts Tvam Vipradhir Vardhanikalehi Ijjase Karma Biswaihi Tvam Drishtanishravika Vishayananda Matra Vitrishnaihi Antargrandi Pravilaya Krite Chintyase Yogi Vrindaihi. So those yogis, they drishta anishravika visya anandamatra vidrishnaihi. So all our knowledge, the sum total of our knowledge is what is drishta shruta. So you cannot think of a thing which you do not know. You cannot think of anything which you have not seen or heard. Drishta shruta vastu, seen and heard, name and form. So, Gurudev's universal prayer is totally Vedanta. Let us behold thee in all these names and forms. That is ultimate Vedanta. Don't think that Gurudev has used some small words. Let us behold thee in all these names and forms means you contemplate on that. What does it mean? All these names and forms you do not know. Some of the names and forms only you know. First of all, you do not know all the names and forms. Some forms and some names only you know. Your intellectual capacity, your knowledge itself is limited. So all the names and forms means the entire universe is there. So our knowledge is what we have seen and heard. So one of the name is Adrishta Ashruta Purvaha. One of the name of God is one who is not heard or seen. So in the Bhagavad Prahlada when Narasimha Bhagavan came in very ferocious and people are afraid after having killed that Hiranyakashipu, Bhagavan is moving here and there with intestines on his body and blood everywhere and roaring with red eyes. So he was very frightening Swarupa, Bhagavan Swarupa. So they were all afraid. Nobody wants to go near. They are all standing that way and then making prayer like this. Then Bhagavan has not. To cool down Bhagavan is very difficult. They tried all their best. Nothing could be achieved. Then one fellow said, let us bring Lakshmi. When Lakshmi comes, he will become all right. They say, oh yes, correct. When Lakshmi comes, he will be all right. So they went and called Lakshmi. He is like this, Bhagavan is like this. Can you come and, yes, I will come. She came and saw. She came and saw and then this frightening form. She had a doubt whether this is Narayana or somebody else. If I go near, something will happen to me. So she did not go. So Vyasa Bhagavan says, Adrishta Ashruta Purvatvad Nopeya Yachankita. Adrishta Ashruta Purvatvad. Because she has not seen such a form and nor heard about it. No peyaya shankita. she had a doubt to go near. So even she had that fear. So the fear is one of the problems in our life. Nobody is free from fear. Why fear comes? Fear comes because the second entity is there. Dvidiyad vai bhayam bhavati. When there is advidiya bhava is there, what is there to fear? Nothing to be afraid of. So bhaya comes out of this feeling of bheda bhavana. Abheda bhavana only. Then in the case of Prahlada, he did not have any fear. So when he was told, why don't you make him happy? Then yes. Tatedi chanagai rajan. Immediately yes, he said. Then he went and prostrated to Bhagavan with absolutely fearless. Then Bhagavan looked at him. Oh, what a wonderful child. Yes. Bhagavan looks at him. So padamule patitam tamarpagam vilokya deva kripaya padiplutaha. Bhagavan looks at him. So Bhagavan looks at him. So padamule patitam tamarpagam vilokya deva. Bhagavan looks at him. Kripaya padiplutaha. Then Bhagavan heart melted. His throat, there was intense emotion, throat choked. And then uttaya dvarbyam adadaskaram bhujam kalahi vishrastadiya khudobayam. Then he lifts him and places both hands on him. So that fearlessness comes from that abheda bhavana. So he says that all these things, so that one, so each one can worship according to their nature, according to their samskara, according to their the family traditions, according to their tradition, what they like. So Bhagavan is amenable to all these things. Bhagavan will be pleased by you do it, you do your duty, whatever you like, that you do it sincerely, he will be pleased. So karmana tababhyarcha siddhim vindati manavaha. That is covered in this 5th sloka, that we will see it in the next Wednesday. Manaso vrittayo dasyu krishnapadam bhujasrayaha vajobhidayinirnamnam kayastad prahvanadishu karmabhir brahmyamananam yatra kvapi ishwarechayam mangalacharidirdanihi mana Krishna Ishware Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranachanam Pranamo Dukkha Shamanaha Tam Namami Hajim Param Tam Namami Hajim Param Om